Before I get this review on South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, I'm going to give a special shout out to another friend of mine on YouTube and Instagram, which another BurnardFan Media. He's a wonderful YouTuber. He does some opening for Blu-ray and DVD. And my favorite thing that he ever did, which another do his live stream of BurnardFan and his POW episodes. So, BurnardFan, you're gonna love this to one of your favorite movie that came out in this generation and one of your favorite movie of 1999 next to Tarzan, The Iron Giant, and last but not least, Toy Story 2, or maybe The Matrix. Anyway, enough further ado, BurnardFan, grab your popcorn, grab your drink, and enjoy this future presentations. Hello fellas, what the search? My name is Nick Hicks, Studio Lounge Hill. First, we got done to do my movie review on Beavis and Butthead Do America for John Wick fan. Now let's do something for BurnardFan. So do you remember that BurnardFan is a huge major fan of South Park? Which I love South Park. But that episode of Death of the Chef, oh my god, screw that episode. That episode made me sick. So yeah, honestly, it's really sad that Limbo I Struck Back rant on that episode is gone. So thanks a lot, YouTube. Thanks a lot. We live in this humanity. Anyway, so today I'm about to do a movie review on South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. And it came out the year of 1999. The same year as SpongeBob, Family Guy, South Park, and some movie like Tarzan, The Matrix, Elmo and the Garage Ram, don't forget that. The Matrix, what else? The Iron Giant, and last but not least, Toy Story 2, and super not least, Fight Club, meant to say. Anyway, enough further ado, let's begin. So, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Yeah, just like Beavis and Butthead, let's go back to the shows and then we could go back to the movies. So, I'm a huge major fan of South Park because this has got to be one of my favorite shows that came out in Comedy Central. And I hope BurnardFan will definitely agree with me because BurnardFan is a huge major fan of South Park. Let's think about it because he have a lot of plush, he have a lot of merchandise, and he have a lot of DVD. Yeah, more than me, honestly. Yeah, honestly, guys, I don't have any single of South Park DVD, which I might get that in the future, due to TV is winding down, to be honest here. So when South Park came out, South Park was a major hit. It was the longest running animated series since SpongeBob, Family Guy, and The Simpsons. And without The Simpsons, we should not have South Park because South Park is a very adult animated TV series that kiddos should not be watching. So yeah. And honestly, in the same way as Beavis and Butthead, yeah, South Park got a reward. It got 20 winner and 93 nominations. So that is awesome. That is dope. And if you want to see the whole thing, go ahead. Yeah, pretty coincident, am I right? Trying to go uphill. Yeah, once again, pretty coincident. And when the movie came out, this film was a major hit as much as the TV show. And when this film came out on June 30th, 1999, this film was 1 hour and 21 minutes, which is very worth it. This film was a golden phenomenon. This film got a 81% on Rotten Tomatoes for the critic, and however, this film got a 88% for the audience. And this film deserved a hot audience reward because how on earth this peak rated R film, did not get a hot audience. I really hope they could get some hot audience reward, even as a really nasty thing to say, because that's what Rotten Tomatoes did, honestly, and that was really stupid, to be honest. So I gotta say, I am very happy that the critic and the audience have a good old time by watching this film. But like I said, the audience is way more higher than the critic, honestly. Like, come on, the critic, you're supposed to give us this movie like 88% or even better, 100. And the fact is, this film did it pretty well on IMDb. This film got a 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb. I'm probably John Wick fan was kind of jealous because South Park movie got way more higher on IMDb more than his movie called Beavis and Butthead Do America, which that film did an okay rating on IMDb. It's not the best, not the worst, but it can be. I mean, it can be even worse. Like honestly, let's give it an example. Like the IMDb rating of Disney Snow White. Oh my lord, I will be watching that film when it hit on Disney Plus. And speaking of Disney Plus, I mean tonight after John Wick fan live stream, I am putting on to go watch Captain America: Brave New World. It's now on Disney Plus, and I'll definitely watch it at this point. So maybe I could watch it tomorrow instead of tonight because I will be at John Wick fan live stream. So if I change my mind, I will definitely let you guys know in the comment or let you guys know in the community tab. So once again, this film got a 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb, and this film got a 73 on Megascore. And this film was a major hit. The first South Park movie, South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, was a box office hit. It was grossed over $83 million worldwide, and which was considering it was a R-rating animated film. Yeah, R-rating animated film. And this film just broke a record as the highest grossing animated movie to be R-rating, and that is very awesome. So at first this film was a hit, but however, on part of this film did a solid hit. Not always hit, but not as much as a TV show, but this film was a solid hit. South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was a solid hit when it came out back in the summer of 1999, ranking more than $83 million at the global box office. Pretty good for a R-rating cartoon, but not quite as good as a movie like You Got Mail and Stepmom. So I gotta say, but this film did a solid job on the box office. So yeah, and once again, the very first R-rating animated film that I ever gotten. Which then, do you remember the movie called The Nine Lives of Aristocrat? It's from the sequel, the follow-up to the original Aristocrat, which it was rated X, and I highly recommend you stay the frick away. I highly recommend you guys, you stay a frick away from Aristocrat because that film is rated X. It's like an NC-17 level bullcrap. So if you want to watch a way better Aristocrat, just go watch the very first R-rating animated film. Do not watch that rated X version of Aristocrat or else you'll be grossing out of your mind. Anyway, and this film got a reward. Okay, pretty coincident. And this film got a Academy Award. This film got nominated at the 2000 Oscars for Best Music Original Song. For the song Blame Canada, which is my favorite song of the entire movie. I am so glad that my favorite song from South Park got nomination at the Academy Award. Like, I have never seen the day come back in 2000 when this film right here, got nominated at the Academy Award. Way better than Beavis and Butthead Do America. That is so embarrassment. But honestly, at the same time, well deserved because Trey Parker and Mac, they did a wonderful job with the music and the original song. And just like the TV show, I'm just going to shut my mouth and look at the nominations. Yep. And yeah, it's not a lot as much as a TV show, but honestly, I can buy it. And anyway, and back in last year, this film got a 4K release. Okay, not bad at all. Okay, not bad at all. Honestly, I might get this 4K copy on my birthday, so maybe we'll see. Or even better, I might get it on Amazon if I have enough money. So yeah. Anyway, so what do I think about South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut? I absolutely love this film. This film is peak to start to finish. And I gotta say, but this has got to be one of the most funniest comedy film of 1999. Yup, even funnier just like Toy Story 2. Even I'm not comparing to this film to Toy Story 2 because those two have nothing in common. And yeah, sure, they're both animated film. But here's the difference. Toy Story 2 is rated G and this film is rated R. So when you compare it to rated R and to rated G, that is insult. But in a good way, impossible. So anyway, but this has got to be one of my, I'm sorry. And honestly, which R-rated movie I think is better for animated film? South Park or Sausage Party? Even I enjoy Sausage Party, but I did not like the animation of the human character design. It looks absolutely hideous. But I would definitely do a review on. I would definitely do a review on Sausage Party when it hit on 10th anniversary next year. Not this year because I want to save that for special occasion for Irvin from Kyersville. Anyway, and honestly, I gotta say, but this film is way better than Sausage Party. But I gotta say, honestly, guys, so this film is now officially is got to be one of my favorite R-rated animated film in the history of the cinematic cinema because this film is absolutely peak because awesomeness. Anyway, so do I have any flaws about this film? Nah, I don't have any flaws about this film. If I get one more, if I have audacity to give one flaws about this film, I would not deserve to be as a movie critic, and I would not deserve to be friend with BurnardFan. So yeah, enough further ado, let's talk about how peak this movie is, give a rating, and then I'll be going down, get me something to eat chimichangas, which is Deadpool's favorite food. And of course, afterward, we have to destroy this film in a million pieces. Oh god, the evil rises. Anyway, so let's talk about this film now, and then I'll get to that evil level these days. Anyway, so the story, I gotta say, the story is absolutely brilliant, absolutely amazing. And honestly, and you do feel bad. And you do feel bad for these kiddos that you really want to see movies, but the workers say you can't see it because it's rated R. And this film has some matches that I will never see in every single R-rated anime film. So yeah, a part of the life lesson is this film is rated R and kiddos should not be watching, and that's a fact. And the animation, just like the TV show, the animation is absolutely blown away, absolutely peak, and absolutely breathtaking. So I love the animation of this film, and of course the characters. Like, we already know. Like, come on, guys. We already know. We already know who the character is, which we're going to get to the characters. So, honestly, you already know. You already know who the character is. You already know about Kenny. You already know about Stan. And you already know about my boy, Kyle. But like I said, my favorite character from South Park, which is the between with Kenny and Chef. I think Chef is my favorite character. And I diff the Chef episode. Frick it. Anyway, and honestly, the only character I absolutely did not like in South Park, which is none other than Eric Cartman. Oh my god, he is unlike a douchebag. But honestly, I did not like Eric Cartman because sometimes he could be unlike a douchebag and completely treat his friend like, and absolutely treat his friend and family like garbage. Honestly, you don't see me doing it for my family, or else I'll be stupid. But like I said, I would have put up with Eric Cartman more than putting up with Alex Rant any day. Ugh. Anyway, so you already know who the character is, which I am not going to say who the character is, or else I would be like a broken record. And this film have George Clooney. George Clooney, I am so glad that you finally redeemed yourself by giving us the worst Batman movie, but into the best South Park movie. As a doctor, yeah, George Clooney did a wonderful job as a doctor in this film. And of course, the villain in the film, I cannot say who's the villain in the film. Which, honestly, guys, if I say the villain in the film, honestly, guys, so at this point, if I say the villain in the film, yeah, this video will be age description and even worse demonetized. So, yeah, honestly, it's for the best if we could just call it the villain. Yeah, the villain in the film is absolutely brutal, absolutely amazing. And this has got to be one of the most darkest, brutal villain I ever seen in South Park, to be honest. And of course, the song. Yep, this movie have the musical. Yep, this film had musical. The musical event of the year of 1999, which pretty awesome. First, we got Toy Story 2 as a comedy movie, and now we got South Park as a comedy and musical movie. Even I think the Frozen duology are a way better musical movie than South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. But I gotta say, but my favorite song of this film, which is that then honestly, which is that then between with Uncle's song, which I can have said the F word, which that would be very disrespectful. And my mom is watching this video, so gotta watch my mouth. Anyway, but honestly, my favorite song in this film, which is that then Blame Canada, Blame Canada. Man, I love that song. That song is my jam. Yeah, it's pretty sad the fact that South Park movie song are no longer on iTunes Music. What the frick, man? I want to listen to all the South Park song. Doggone it. And of course, the comedy in this film. This is why this has got to be one of the most funniest comedy film of 1999 since Toy Story 2. Well, even this film came way before Toy Story 2 because this film came out in the summer and Toy Story 2 came out on Thanksgiving weekend. So, yeah, and that's a fact. Anyway, and the climax in this film, I gotta say, the climax in this film is got to be one of the most darkest scene of the South Park in history. Even I'm a huge fan of South Park. South Park is my favorite adult animated series that came out on Comedy Central. But this film is just as good as this film is just as good as the show is. So overall, guys, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. This has got to be one of my honestly, this has got to be one of the most funniest comedy film of 1999 next to Toy Story 2. The story is peak, the character is absolutely peak, and the song is peak. Everything about this film is so peak to start to finish, and this film is way better than I god-awful episodes of South Park, which is nothing of the death of Chef or the Return to Chef episode. Oh my god. If you want me to do a rant on Return of the Chef episodes, I would definitely do that for my pleasures because I absolutely despise that episodes. For honor, that limbo I shot back is gone, which is very sad. I might have to do that off-topic series to honor Limbo I shot back. So I hope he's okay. And the other guy, he's not dying, so he is not dying anytime soon. We're good. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to give South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Peak a 10 out of 10. This is an epic, brilliant masterpiece, and this peak is well-deserved a seal of Nick Cage awesomeness. Who wanna be? Oh my goodness. Honestly, the main reason why I want to say the Argo song is because I do not want to say the F word, or else this video will be age description and evil was demonetized. Anyway, guys, so that was my movie review on South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. So tell me about your opinion on this amazing peak film on the comment section below. And if you're getting tired of me saying peak, guys, I highly recommend you freaking deal with it. And second of all, that was Legion Magic Gaming's idea to have that one, not mine. So yeah, and honestly, you want to know, honestly, guys. So you want to know what that peak would become? Go ask Legion Magic Gaming because he will tell you about that term. So I love that term, and I will be continuing using that term for good movies and sometimes bad film, which is so good and so funny, like B-Movie and Shark Tale. Yeah. Anyway, and speaking of those two movies, I will definitely do a review of that movie leading up to The Bad Guys 2, which I am planning on to do a review every single DreamWorks film leading up to The Bad Guys 2, and of course, Gabby Dollhouse movie. Anyway, so what's my next review I'm going to be doing? Oh, heck and ho, I have to do a rant on this atrocity. But I gotta say, you know what? I think that one chick did not save this film one bit. Yeah, stay tuned for my movie rant on the insult of Monster Truck, which is none other than Monster Truck. Why on earth that you spend a $125 million to make this evil movie? Yeah, I'm not trying to take this film way to the extreme, but guys, just go ask Black Nerd Comedy because he will definitely tell you why this film is evil. Especially for this review on that film that came out, that came out before the movies. Or after the movies, I don't know, and I don't give a darn. So later on, after I get done eating, after I post my stuff on Instagram and on YouTube, stay tuned for my movie rant on Monster Truck. This film is an insult. This film is an insult to Monster Truck, and I absolutely despise this film to start to finish. Because I do remember watching that film at school, and I was bored out of my mind. So yeah, and honestly, and another one is, I might do a review on that Day Off movie, starting the actor that he was in B movie and The Lion King. So that's pretty coincident. And for my next rant, what's my next rant going to be? Hold on a minute, guys. What's my next rant going to be? Crap. Sorry. Oh yeah, my last rant for Paramount Month, which I will be destroying the film, which is other than Sherlock Grown. Oh my god. Who asked for a sequel for Romeo and Juliet? Oh my god. I hate that movie. Anyway, guys. So, even I'm not trying to take those films way to the extreme. Like, guys, I like to do it. Dude, I like to do it for comedy purposes. So cut me a strike, would ya? Everything don't have to be no serious. And if I see people being serious, I'm gonna be like a Joker from The Dark Knight. Why are you so serious? Yeah, why are you so serious, people? Focus on comedy moment, guys. Come on. Anyway, guys, so this is Nick Kick Studio Lounge signing off, and kiddos, I highly recommend you stay a flake away from South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. So do what you just watch it.